We want him in Formula 1 as soon as possible.
Aged just 16, Max became a record breaker.
He's obviously a very talented young man.
He'll become the youngest ever Formula 1 driver.
I think every Formula 1 team from the top 5 were interested in him.
And Max has allowed Red Bull TV exclusive access to see just what it takes to reach the top, as he prepares to join the next generation of F1 drivers.
Yeah, I mean, at that time when I look back, you know, playing in the paddock, yeah, I didn't feel like I won really. I was just like, felt like a kindergartner really, just walking around seeing big trailers. And yeah, especially when you come back like 10 years later after that, you're like, whoa. And then you think about it, like 7 years ago, I was just playing around here for fun. So yeah, it was quite fun.
On August 19th on Austrian television, the world was stunned as Max Verstappen was announced as a Toro Rosso driver for 2015, where he'll become the youngest ever competitor in the sport by almost 2 years.
Well, this is way ahead than I expected it to be, you know. You always dream to get into F1, and then at 17 you signed a contract. Or 16 I was back then. So yeah, and then when I came home, you know, I looked at my dad and we were both like, that, you know, we are in F1 next year. That was our dream together, and we made it.
Max is the son of former F1 driver Jos Verstappen, the most successful Dutch Formula 1 driver of all time, who drove for several teams in the 1990s and early 2000s.
In '94 started in Formula 1 with Benetton. Till 2003, the last team was Minardi, but it's now Toro Rosso, so it's a good combination. He was 2.5, he was driving a quad, and the electric Jeeps he had, and he was always, you know, going as close to the walls and things, you know, not to hit. But he had a feeling how to drive.
Yeah, I think the relationship, you know, in go-karting especially was really close, and we did everything together. And yeah, that makes it a really special feeling when you win so many championships together.
What we have seen, what Max was doing in go-kart, you know, if you are winning two times European Championship, the World Championship, and all the other races he had won, you could see that Max was very talented.
While he has a famous surname, it was Max's results that made people sit up and take notice.
There was a race at Norrisring, which is a tidy circuit in Nuremberg, and in the wet he was around 1.5 to 2 seconds per lap quicker than anybody else in the field. And you know, you have only 4 corners, and he always looked safe. The others were sliding, locking wheels and so on, and there was clear there is really something very, very special.
I mean, obviously his karting pedigree was quite exceptional, and you know, I tend to try and keep an eye on who's making progress, and certainly the amount of excitement and you know, enthusiasm there was around Max and his karting achievements has been very impressive. And then of course a big step to Formula 3, but the way he dealt with that and how competitive he was immediately was also very impressive.
Such were his results at junior level, Max found himself being approached by several top teams during just his first season away from karts.
You know, when he started winning, of course, the others were interested, and I think every Formula 1 team from the top 5 were interested in him. But it was nice from him that he has chosen to work with us.
I think it was in Hockenheim when we sat down with Helmut about Max, and the way he was, what he was talking to us, that made us very interesting to go with that.
We were already talking since 2010, I think, so that's already quite a long time, and we got a really good feeling about it. And you know, like now, I'm really happy that I signed for them.
We want him, and we want him in Formula 1 as soon as possible.
The verdict was unanimous. Verstappen was a once-in-a-generation talent, and age was no factor.
We sent him to various experts, and they all got the same feeling that you're talking to a guy who is normally in the age of 22, 23. So it's his maturity which also makes a big difference.
Yeah, I think age is irrelevant, you know, whether you're Bernie Ecclestone or you know, when I was 30 coming into this job.
Ayrton Senna was coming from Formula 3 to Formula 1. Gerhard Berger was coming from Formula 3 to Formula 1. Therefore, I'm absolutely positive and optimistic that Max will do a very good job.
At the moment, they are just really preparing me well for the big step.
Max's first duty as driver-in-waiting for Toro Rosso is a show car run in Rotterdam. It would be his first time ever in an F1 car, with thousands watching.
Well, at the moment we are in Rotterdam, and I think in 1 hour or so I will do a run on the bridge with an F1 car, so looking forward to it. My dream was always, you know, to get to F1, and then I think when you get the first time in an F1 car, just where you always worked for.
This event in Rotterdam, it's basically for the people who can stand very close to the racetrack, they nearly can touch the cars, so it's getting them to experience motorsport.
But his first time in the car doesn't go to plan.
Yeah, I was just pushing forward really, and I was trying to stop the car, but then, you know, the anti-stall kicks in, so it pushes you forward again. And it's quite strong. It's not so easy to stop a Formula 1 car. I learned from it, and I had to pull the clutch a bit earlier. It was a mistake, but, you know, I think many drivers made that mistake.
Everybody has done stupid things in his life, in a go-kart, or first time in a racing car, or the first crash, or, you know, but it's all about the experience.
Although the damage was minor and the stakes were small, it gave Max an insight into the pressure F1 can place on drivers. Next time, Max is pushing the limits of an F1 car for the first time.
Well, today we are in Adria, Italy. Will be my first proper F1 test.
For Max, it's important to learn a Formula 1 car, the speed, the braking, how fast their car is, just to adapt to a new situation.
After what happened in Rotterdam, you know, I didn't want to make any mistakes.